What's that?
There was a time when Cracker had no idea what his life would become. He was just a small, injured bird trying to survive. He had no idea that after being rescued, he would eventually find an unexpected best friend named Milo. Cracker was discovered in a park after what appeared to be an attack. His wing was badly injured. He was bleeding, and he could barely move. There was no way he could survive alone for very long. We took him to a veterinarian immediately. Although Cracker was able to recover, his injuries left him unable to fly long distances. That meant returning him to the wild wasn't a safe choice. So we brought him home. During those first days, Cracker spent most of his time resting and recovering. Everything was new, and he was still nervous about his surroundings. Then Milo came over. Instead of treating Cracker like something exciting, Milo behaved almost like he understood that the little bird needed peace. He sat nearby, he watched, and he waited. Milo would often stay beside Cracker's cage for long periods of time. He didn't try to bother him or force him to interact. His quiet presence slowly became something Cracker seemed comfortable with. As Cracker became healthier, he started becoming more curious about Milo. He would move closer to the edge of the cage whenever Milo was nearby. Milo would respond by lowering his head and staying completely still. Little by little, the distance between them disappeared. Eventually, Cracker was comfortable enough to interact directly with Milo. That's when their friendship became something truly special. Milo would gently lick Cracker, almost like he was giving him tiny kisses. Cracker seemed to understand the gesture and started responding with soft sounds and little movements of his own. Sometimes he would even stick his tongue out toward Milo. It was almost like they had created their own language. Milo also seemed to know exactly how delicate Cracker was. He never played roughly with him. He moved slowly, he kept his head low, and whenever Cracker came close, Milo became incredibly gentle. Soon, the two were rarely apart. They moved around the house together and seemed to keep track of each other without even trying. If Cracker went somewhere, Milo noticed. If Milo settled down, Cracker often stayed nearby. Their friendship had become part of everyday life. Then, one day, Cracker was gone. Nobody knew how it happened. We searched the house and the surrounding area, hoping we would find him, but there was nothing. Milo noticed the change immediately. He would visit the place where Cracker used to stay, look around, and then quietly walk away. His usual excitement disappeared. He seemed to be waiting for someone who never came. Time passed, but Cracker didn't return. Then, unexpectedly, we found information online about a bird that had been rescued and taken to a veterinarian. We went there as quickly as possible. There was still some doubt about whether the bird was really Cracker, so we brought Milo. The moment they saw each other, the doubt disappeared. Cracker moved toward Milo and began making the familiar sounds he had always made at home. Milo reacted immediately. He went straight to Cracker and gently licked him, just like he had done before. It was as if the weeks apart had never happened. They recognized each other instantly. We brought Cracker home, and this time we were determined to keep them together. From then on, their friendship became even stronger. They returned to their old routine, spending their days close to one another. What makes their story so beautiful is that neither of them needed the other to be the same. Milo didn't need Cracker to be a dog. Cracker didn't need Milo to be a bird. They simply needed someone they could trust. Milo gave Cracker protection when he was at his most vulnerable, and Cracker gave Milo a little companion who brought something special into his everyday life. Their friendship may look unusual to us, but to them it has never been complicated. They don't care about size, they don't care about species, they just know that being together makes them happy. And sometimes the strongest friendships are created between the two creatures nobody would ever think to put together. If Milo and Cracker's story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more touching and inspiring animal stories.